Hello, welcome to part 3 of going through my shadow work journal. Again, I'm not sponsored. I'm not making any money off of this. I'm just doing this to heal. And now we are on to shadow work activities. All right. Shadow work activities. It takes time to train yourself to identify where your shadows arise. Taking 5 to 10 minutes to practice a shadow work activity is a great way to intentionally reflect on your relationships, reactions, and inner dialogue. Doing these activities and reflections might make you uncomfortable or squirmy, but that is part of the process. Great. Use this section to record your discoveries and insights and look back on them later to remember the traits of your shadow. You may complete the shadow work activities at your own pace and in your own order. Okay. I'm just going to take a couple deep breaths because that's what it says to do before an activity like this. Okay, let's see what we got. All right. Wound mapping. Exercise. Identify your inner child wound based on the attributes listed on the next page. Abandonment, guilt, trust, and neglect are the 4 major kinds of inner child wounds. You may find one or more that align with your persona. Why? It hurts to be offended or harmed, especially at a young age. This is an exercise that allows you to pinpoint emotional wounds from your early childhood. These wounds are what cause certain behaviors and habitual thoughts that do not serve us. By identifying your inner child wound, you will hold more space for compassion towards your humanness and provide a healthy foundation to bring your shadow work journey. Okay. Let's take a look here. Okay, so I am autistic, so some of these were hard for me to understand, like the naturally attracting certain type of people's parts, but I'll tell you what the options were here and what I circled. So with the abandonment wound, I did circle feels left out, fears being left, hates being alone, and codependent. I've been told that I'm codependent, and I probably am in some ways. I'm just not 100% sure. I put myself in a situation where I no longer can be codependent, since I now live by myself and have gone no contact with some family members, because I needed to. I did not circle threatens to leave because I just don't do that. I don't do that. Once I say I'm going to leave, I do leave though. But it's not a threat. I have had that threat thrown at me multiple times before. And it's not okay to do to anyone. And I did not circle the normally attracts emotionally unavailable people because I just am not sure. So it was 4 out of 6 options filled out for the abandonment wound. Guilt wound. Feels sorry or bad. I apologize for everything. Even when it's not something that I need to be apologizing for or should be apologizing for. Doesn't like to ask for things. I don't like to ask for things. I have in the past, asked my parents because they've told me that I can ask if there's anything I ever need. And turns out that's not a real thing. They don't want you asking at all. Uses guilt to manipulate. I did not circle that. that is something that has been done to me, but I've never done that to someone. Is afraid to set boundaries. Abso-freaking-lutely, I circled that one. I know I need to set boundaries, and I need to learn how to set boundaries, but I struggle with actually setting boundaries. And I did not circle the normally attracts people who make them feel guilty, because I don't know. Don't understand it. Whether I do or not, I don't know. And that could be because of the autism. So yeah, out of the guilt wound, I circled 3 out of 5. Trust wound. Is afraid to be hurt. Absolutely. Nobody wants to be hurt. And I can definitely say I'm scared of that. Circles. Doesn't trust themselves. I am learning to, though. I did circle that. I am learning to trust myself. And I did not circle the finds ways to not trust people, because I'm not looking for ways not to trust. I just have learned not to trust myself growing up, and now I need to learn how to trust myself. Feels insecure and needs lots of external validation. I did circle that because I'm pretty sure I'm very insecure, and it is helpful when I do get validation, and it feels good. I don't know if I'm searching for it, but I probably do need a lot of validation, because I don't validate myself half the time. I did circle the doesn't feel safe. I'm still learning how to feel safe. But I'm not quite there yet. And I did not circle the normally attracts people who don't feel safe, because I don't know. So I circled 4 out of the 6 trust wounds. Neglect wound. I circled struggles to let things go. It just replays over and over and over again. So yeah, I definitely would say I struggled to let things go. I grew up with that, so the struggles to let things go. Like, I'm not holding grudges, but I don't know how to let things go. I did circle has low self-worth. I'm working on that. I did not circle the gets angry easily, because I'm going to be honest, I don't get angry easily. I wasn't really allowed to feel anger growing up, so I struggle with connecting to anger. It always gets suppressed. I do struggle to say no. I circled that one. I did circle represses emotions, like anger. Unless it was happy emotions, a lot of times I would get told to, stop crying, or I can't react like that, or, a lot of I can't react like that. So I did growing up. I did grow up repressing my emotions. I didn't circle the fears being vulnerable. I'm not sure I quite understand that one. And I did not circle the normally attracts people who don't appreciate them or make them feel seen. Because I just don't know. So that one, so I circled 4 out of 7 for the neglect wound. This one really makes you think. That's a lot of wounds, and I feel